Welcome back to History of the KSSR. Make sure to go watch the previous parts. For these first couple missions, we're just going to be talking. So let's go get into it right now. Alright, here's the first launch. Basically, we're just going to launch this to orbit real quick. Anyways, after getting to orbit, we go to launch the next one. Anyways, the next launch was basically the same thing. So now we just had to dock it this time. Due to a very bad launch, it was pretty much short. We didn't have enough fuel to dock even. So now we just had to send it right back. Now that I'm thinking about it, we could have just got the other vessel to come down and help and dock. But for some reason, I decided to launch another, which was kind of stupid. Anyways, let's go to the launch now. Anyways, the craft is able to come back safely. So that's on the good side. Anyways, they come back safely. But will that be the same for the next launch? Anyways, here's the next launch. It was basically just like the first or second one, but not really like the second one. Alright, let's go. This is a bit laggy, too. After some horrendous staging I did, we quickly separate and get ready to go to the station. We then made it to orbit and got ready to set up the counter. Anyways, we got that counter, and we retrograded relative to the other spacecraft, so we got very close to it before docking. Anyways, here's us docking here. Basically just go up to the other ship, and boom, we dock. We have 2 docking ports on the front. So aim the ships at each other. Then we use the RCS thrusters to push us forward, so we can dock. As you can see, we docked to the other ship. And then all we need to do is just wait for a second, and then we can bring them home. Anyways, it safely lands in the ocean before we switch to the other craft to bring it home. Anyways, so the next mission, we tried to get a specific polar orbit for some cash. But I forgot to get a thermometer, so basically the entire thing was just a giant waste of resources. Alright, next mission. Anyways, the next mission was going to be simple. Basically, we're going to go into some areas of the moon and collect data from them. Also, we have this brand new rocket. It's way bigger than the others, so let's get into it. Alright. So here's the launch to the moon, as you can see. When we stage, some of the boosters do explode, but nothing really important explodes, so we're good. Anyway, stage to the second stage. So yeah, here it is. Before getting to orbit. Then we set course for the moon and burn to it. That's when I realized I was behind the moon, so I couldn't contact Kerbin. I had no SAS or control. I couldn't even shut off the engine. It was basically over. Anyways, for the next launch, we had to use a smaller rocket because we didn't have that much funding. Luckily, this one was much more successful. Anyways, after gathering data from all the sites, we got ourselves quite a lot of funds to play around with. So anyways, we should go on to the next mission now. This was one of our most successful ones. Oh yeah, and for the cherry on the top, we try land it here. The landing is a partial success. We basically just sit here and slide on the ground for a bit before it destroys itself. Anyways, the next launch, we send this lander to the surface of the moon. This was our most successful lander yet, and our biggest too. Apparently the Kraken must hate me, because for some reason it won't let me turn in some directions. So I kind of just had to sit there and hope. It had full SAS too, full control. It let me turn in some directions, but it didn't let me do the others. So unfortunately, we had a very, very scuffed landing. But it's our first to actually properly survive and not take any damage on impact, which is a plus if you ask me. As you can see, it did survive the crash landing, and we were able to get lots of data, such as the Science Junior and the Mystery Goo. Anyways, it was time for the launch of the Mud Run 1. Basically, it was an unmanned test of the vessel. Basically, it would just fly by the Mun and come back to test if the heat shield could work. It would be the first thing to ever return from a flyby of the Mun, so we could only hope that it would work. Anyways, we separate the side boosters before separating the final stage, second stage. As you can see here, this got us to orbit and then set us on course for the moon. Anyways, we make it to the moon and collect some data. But that was really it. This mission really wasn't interesting. The capsule made it back undamaged, which was good for us. But I think that's going to be it for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe for part, 5? It'll be coming out soon. Anyways, drop a comment below if there's something you're interested about. And that's going to be it for the video.